I believe that working with limited resources sharpened and expanded my creativity. I would even say it reawakened it, as it had been frozen for a long time. I remember the first weeks I moved here on the homestead. My heart bursting from excitement and my mind overflowing with ideas and inspiration to bring new life to this place. The beauty of working with something that has a story, a history to it, always spoke to me. Whether it was drawing on old papers and books, or to rummage in old second-hand shops, or going on treasure hunts in the forests. It is different than starting from a blank canvas. My first little project was this tiny giveaway box, made entirely from scrap wood that I find here on the property. This was in the COVID year, and so there were a lot of walkers here in the forest. We put it at our entrance. I wanted this box to function as a bridge between the old and the new story. There was a lot of stuff left here at the cabin from previous owners. A lot of it was ready to go to the recycle park. But there also were nice, cute objects that were still in good shape, that I wasn't planning on using, so I put them in the box. These were maybe things of little value, but they had this vintage character and a story to them. And so my heart was filled with joy when I saw that all the stuff was slowly taken by the people passing by. In the grand scheme of things, this may seem like insignificant, but I knew it had more value. Maybe it was the ritual itself that felt wholesome to me, like I myself could let go of things from the past that I clinged to and were time to let go of. And since we inhabited this place that had a history to it, cleaning the old in a respectful way by not just throwing away everything, but sorting out everything carefully, felt like the right thing to do. I made this outhouse, built with wood from a shed we took down 5 minutes away from here, all for free. It's the most basic compost toilet principle. With a bucket you have to empty. The box used to be a little animal shelter. The sawdust we use comes from a canoe maker here in the village. I already hit rock bottom in my early 20s, and being in a state of having nothing to lose eventually turned into fertile ground to slowly start to create and to figure out what I enjoyed and how I could steward my life in a more meaningful and purpose-driven way. Having little to no money made me feel more free to just start, because I had this feeling that nothing really could go wrong. Even when things would not turn out the way I hoped for, it felt like nothing would be really wasted. Then I built this outhouse where we shower. The only thing I bought new was this camping gas boiler that heats up the water, and also the roof. This used to be a garden shed, and first I made a toilet in the front, but a few years ago, after a storm, a tree fell on it, so I rebuilt it with old windows. There is also a bathtub in here, but it is not installed yet. We use groundwater for showering. As you can see, this rusty orange color is because of the water that contains a lot of iron. For showering, this doesn't really bother because the water is flowing. It is also tested and proved to be drinkable, but imagining to take a bath in it is not so appealing. So if we would want to install the bath, we would have to make some kind of filter system to separate the iron or use rainwater. I also wanted this space to use as a little greenhouse, but the tall trees that surround the building are giving too much shade later in spring. So I tried one year to grow tomatoes in here, but with very little success, I would say. So now it functions as a storage space for garden stuff. For us, it remains so wonderful to stand here in the middle of the forest, warm water running down our heads while looking at the elder trees. In these moments, I feel like the richest person in the world. And then there is the outdoor kitchen. On this spot there was an old woodshed that Steven used the first years, but we took this down and made it an extra sheltered outdoor space with a simple kitchen setup. An old second-hand gas stove and old wooden cupboards. Here we can sit and enjoy our fresh meals straight from the garden. I also made a little greenhouse space in here. These plants also do not produce as much fruits as the plants in the other greenhouse we built, but nonetheless it's lovely that there is some green inside the building. The roof we got for free from an old veranda, and all the wood comes from different places, all salvaged. A neighboring cabin here was put down and we got a lot of materials from that cabin. It all illustrates my love for circular living and has just become our natural way of thinking. Closing loops by using local and free resources, reclaiming and reusing materials, finding creative ways to make something out of nothing, bringing new life and new meaning to things that others would label as trash. It all may take more time. To patch up all the materials, puzzling everything together and deciding which materials are suited best for which project. But I love this process and the dance of having an idea and then finding ways to execute it while being guided by the gifts along the way. To me, it's really fulfilling. I learned a lot, I made a lot of mistakes, but I'm looking forward to be able to expand my skills when it comes to building. Currently, I am finally finishing our woodsheds. I made it a few years ago, but I wanted to integrate a little space to start more seedlings, so I took it down and I am reshaping it. I had some old windows laying around outside and some of their wooden frames were in bad condition. So I took the glass out and made an improvised roof with them. A nice way to avoid plastic. And last but not least, the forever ongoing process of building a garden, building soil. Soil as in the literal black gold to grow a wide variety of plants. But also the metaphorical soil.